We are working on 5.8. So the first question, finding intercepts of a nonlinear function given its graph. So the intercepts are simply where does the graph cross the x-axis or the y-axis. So this has two x-intercepts. X equals -3 and x equals -1. And it has a single y-intercept, x equals 3. Easy enough. The next question has a line. 3x plus 6y is equal to -12. I want to know where does that graph cross the x-axis and where does it cross the y-axis. Well, if we look at the x-axis, what is the value of y on the x-axis? 0. So if we pick a point on the x-axis like this one, it's 2, 0. If we pick a different point, -1, 0. Any point on the x-axis is going to be the x value, 0. So if I want to know where does the graph cross the x-axis, all I have to do is plug 0 in for y. If you look at this equation, if I plug in y equals 0, all that really does is delete this term. And now I'm left with 3x equals -12. So we divide by 3, and I get x equals -4. Well, what about the y-intercept? What is the value of x on the y-axis? 0. So every point here is 0, y. If we want the value of the y-intercept, all we have to do is plug in x equals 0. I'm going to stick that here, which eliminates the x, and we get 6y equals -12. Divide by 6. That gives us y equals -2. To find the x-intercept, plug in y equals 0. To find the y-intercept, plug in x equals 0. All right. Yesterday we graphed circles. We had x minus 3 squared plus y plus 4 squared equals 16. And that circle was right 3, down 4, and then it had a radius of 4. Something like, well, that wasn't a very good circle. Okay. When you graph a parabola, you sort of use the same rules. Y equals x minus h squared plus k. The vertex of the parabola is always h, k. But notice, in the equation, the h is negative, but the k is positive. So we do the opposite of what's inside the parentheses for the x value, and then we do the positive version of k. So this says we're going to go left 4. So left 4 to there. And then this says up 3. Whenever your h is inside a parenthesis, a set of parentheses, you do the opposite. Whenever your k is inside a set of parentheses, you do the opposite. But if k is outside the parentheses, then you do exactly what it says. So this would be -4, +3. Okay. And then the parabola is graphed by going over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, and then over 2, up 4. over 2 up 4. The reason is 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. What would the next point be? Over 3 up. What would 3 squared equal? 9. So over 3, and then it would be up 9 way up here, and then you graph the parabola. Okay. So let's do another one. First, we need the vertex. The opposite of this would be positive 2, and then negative 1, so we're right there. Then our pattern is over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. And then we push this button, and we'll draw a parabola. If you push graph, and you get something that looks like this, that means one of your points is wrong. Okay? It has to be a parabola. A parabola is the shape of the graph of an x squared equation. All right. Okay. So, does this parabola open up or down? That one opens up. So this is a happy parabola, it's upward. And this is a sad parabola, it opens downward. And all x squareds look like this. It's either a happy parabola or a sad parabola. The axis of symmetry is the line that divides the parabola into 2 equal halves. What is the equation of that line? Well, what are the points? So this point is 4, 0. This point is 4, negative 2. This point is 4, 7. So this line is every single point where x is equal to 4. So that's the equation of the line. X equals 4. So the axis of symmetry is the line that divides the parabola into 2 equal halves. And the equation of that line is going to be whatever the x-intercept is. X equals 4. That means no matter what y is, x is equal to 4. Okay. What are the x-intercepts? 2 and 6. And what is the y-intercept? 3. What is the coordinate of the vertex? So this is the vertex, and it is 4, comma, negative 1. Is that all of them? That's it. All right, let's do another one. So this one opens upward. The vertex is negative 2, comma, 1. The equation of the axis of symmetry is this line here, x equals negative 3. And the intercepts, x equals negative 3. Oh, sorry, this is negative 2. Negative 2. And then x equals negative 3 and negative 1. And the y-intercept is 3. All right. That's it. Get to work.